and not going to throw on wigs and not going to hop around. We cousins, like I said, we could joke around all day long.
Right.
Trust and believe. That's not what we're trying to provide here. We're trying to provide some real news that you don't get. We're about to give you other dynamics that we can produce and bring to this table that is going to tear it up. We can't wait.
Yeah.
Put them circumstances in place, and we're going to do what we do, man. But those comments like that, I even appreciate, because when you respond, like you said, oftentimes you realize people really like you and they fuck with you anyway. It's just the power of this phone, man. It gives somebody a voice, and they take it from their head and put it on the wax, and it's like, all right.
And you got to remember, it's in a moment's notice, and who knows? They could be what they could be, not to say they under the influence. They could be drinking, they could be in their bag smoking,
exactly,
and they just come out and just say some old wild shit, and don't think that you're gonna respond to them and shit, and then start, copping pleas and shit. I'm like, man, they're like, this shit keep getting border and border.
Fuck you, man. We got you though, man. We know the set don't move, and we got you. Kiss my ass though.
We ain't putting no wigs on, man. I'm not gonna come in here and spit on my head and not like that. No. It's never gonna happen.
I'm not coming to your house in the morning doing nothing.
Damn.
I don't give a fuck what you doing. It's your business.
Yeah,
love
man.
you though, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. But you may tune into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, episode 287. Now, SamAnt, you were telling me earlier that your boy, your idol, Dame Dash, man, is being sued for $50 million allegedly. Crazy.
Former Rockefeller CEO, CEO of Rachel Roy, Dame Dash Studios. Yeah. Well, there's some wild shit that came out. He recently has been in the news. It seems like as of late, probably like the last 3 or 4 months. Any headline has been negative. Anything that he's put out has been positive. It's been this tug of war. It seems to be between him and the media, or him in reality. I'm not sure of either the two, but it's something wild that came out. It's very serious, all joking aside. And it is reporting that he's being sued for over $50 million. Oh, no, excuse me. He's being sued for $50 million over an alleged sexual battery. Now, I'm looking at it. Now, the lawsuit reads, in April 2019, Monique Bunn, was in contact with Dame and Horn reading Raquel Horn, his fiance. Dash wanted Bunn, an existing business associate, to meet with him and shoot new programming for Poppington and DDS. Bunn was then flown to LA to meet with Dash and Horn. Once arriving, she immediately started shooting the material for Dash companies. At the conclusion of the evening, Dash and others brought Bunn back to Dash residence, where Bunn was staying during their trip, and then read the complaint. She was told she would be sleeping in Dash's daughter's room. There's where Bunn accused Dash of sexual assault happening. While Bunn was at the Dash residence on April 18, 2019, in the late evening, Dash sexually assaulted Bunn. While Bunn was sleeping, Dash approached Bunn and placed his hand on Bunn's breast and placed his hands and fingers on Bunn's buttocks. Dash did not have the permission or consent to touch Bunn's sexual organs. Dash wearing a robe, and he had no underwear on at the time. Dash was drinking alcohol and smoking weed. She continued upon waking up due to the unauthorized touching by Dash. Bunn was able to get Dash's hands off her breasts and buttocks. Dash backed up and asked Bunn, "What are you doing?" Bunn responded and said, "I'm sleeping, and I will fight you, Dash." Dash left the room. Bunn was angry and frustrated by Dash's offensive and unwanted touching. Bunn stayed at Dash's residence and did not sleep that evening. It goes on. If y'all want to continue to read that, I've read enough. Jesus Christ. $50 million. Oh God, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts. First, I want to start off and say this, to the people, and definitely want to speak for the platform. A lot of times we read over these stories and we see stuff like this, aka Russell Simmons, R. Kelly, whatever, and we take a stance where people may think, well, I don't believe this or that, and I really just want to be sensitive to the victims at this point, because this stuff does happen. Not saying that it happened here, we don't know. But if somebody did do something like that, you have every right to try to get legal remedy, whether that be going to the law, trying to sue him. I mean, obviously, if this guy is a successful businessman like he purports to be, then, you go after him that way. I'm not sure about, why she wouldn't go after him, with the police and whatnot. I don't understand. Maybe that may come later, but it happens. And I'm not even going to sit up here and say, oh, this could be a lie, because I don't know. But I'm just being sensitive to the victim that this happens to, say something, because I don't agree with putting your hands on, especially anybody's, a body period, but anybody's sexual parts without their, consent. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying, again, we don't know. This could be totally fabricated, or this could have happened. But right now it's all alleged. Again, if it happens, I agree that they have every right to seek any remedy, that they should, if this indeed happened.
Let me ask you this, because we don't know, and I don't want to necessarily go into detail because we don't know on whether or not it's true or false. Who knows, right? I guess that'll all play itself out. He's going to come out and deny it, I'm sure, and we'll have that back and forth. Dame Dash's name has been in the news as the last probably 90 days or so, and it hasn't been very positive. Now, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to claim that this may be some kind of setup by somebody higher against Dame Dash. That all the theories are going to come out.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think, oh God, that this is something a little deeper, and that Dame Dash's name is being spewed negatively over the media platforms and media ways for a reason, outside of Dame Dash actually doing these things?
I got two sides to this, and I'm sure you probably agree with definitely one of these sides. The first side is, we've seen, where the media could be used, and I believe, even though there's really not proof, I do believe, though, from my own eyes and seeing, the history of how things played out, that the media definitely would fabricate lies and could be used to tear down somebody's image. Definitely, 100%. And we have women out there who have fabricated stories before to try to get money, whether it be their, even the game was going through something where he refused to pay. So we all know that this is a possibility. But the other side, to this is, I would ask, like, who are you really? What threat do you pose, to the greater society, that this secret spooky thing, that's out there that will have to target you and tear you down? You know what I mean? Like, what power do you possess? That's the other question that I would ask. Obviously, we know what Dame has been promoting and whatnot. And again, it's not outside of the realm of possibility, but if you would have asked me definitively, I will probably go say the latter. Like, I don't think it's anything like that. I will say that I think it's a situation where there's an accusation that was made, and he has to, address that accusation, because it's just her side now. We didn't hear Dame's side of the story where he could come out and say, this is totally false, boom, boom, boom. Who knows? We heard about my man, Too Short, that case being dropped against him. What if this case could be dropped in the next couple of weeks? We don't know. But one thing we do know now, this accusation is on the table, and she's suing him for $50 million allegedly. A
great question you brought up is, why not go to the police? I would love to hear people's thoughts on that in the comment section. Now, if you guys are watching and listening, we appreciate that, because that's something that I think about. Why? And maybe because it's like, okay, where do you go from being offended, which obviously, if that situation did happen, how it was laid out, I can see how any woman in that situation would be offended. You laying in a man's house, feeling as though you're safe, doing a business job, and then he walks in and starts doing some wild shit while you're sleeping. That's crazy. If that all did happen, right? But where does it come to a point where you go, okay, I'm offended, I feel threatened, I need to report this? Would you immediately go to a lawyer as opposed to a cop? Because sexual assault.
You mean a cop as opposed to a lawyer?
A cop as opposed to a lawyer.
Right.
That's assault.
Yeah.
So, how you felt violated enough to take the money and take the action, but not violated enough to see him potentially go behind bars. In fact, he has a problem doing this. And this happens in a lot. This ain't just this situation. This ain't an isolated incident. That's where I kind of start questioning motive and what really happened, when I start seeing them hit the lawyer, then hit the bank, as opposed to seeking proper justice and getting him off. I start questioning things like that.
That's a good point. It's definitely a good point when you think about it, because even going into the lawsuit, the money portion, you would have a stronger case saying, look, we went to the police, they did so and so. But then again, it's one of those things where it wasn't like it could be like fluids or anything exchanged like that. So what could the police really do? It's just an accusation being made that somebody groped or touched somebody. So it's like your word against mine at the end of the day. So I definitely want to see them go to the police. I agree with that, but I definitely understand the point of her going straight for the bag. Like, all right, you did this to me. You violated me. Let's take this to court to see how credible this is. Again, this could be dropped, or we could be going to court and he could be forced to pay up. Look at the game situation. That was a similar situation where this lady was accusing him of doing something. The game, for whatever reason, wasn't showing up to court and whatnot, missed notices, whatever happened. couple months down the line, $7 million you owe. Nothing you could do about it. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's the day and age we live in.
My opinion. I mean, this is just strictly my opinion. Everyone got one. She should have just knocked his ass out, kept it moving, because there's no way you're really gonna be able to prove this unless you got him on tape, caught him behind the scenes doing some wild stuff. If you really had it in your